Another quick video for this December 1st night, almost December 2nd. It's late at night. And this is another ChatGPT thing that interested me. It's about food and whatnot. But I saw a video with my favorite online doctor, Dr. Mark Hyman, and he was being interviewed by Tucker Carlson. And he was saying that a lot of things, but about health and everything. But he was saying cancer feeds on starch and sugar. And I said, oh boy. And then that coupled with a lot of videos I've been seeing lately about oats, saying, oats are not that great for you. And some people are saying about that. So I said, what is the deal with this oats? And so I asked a couple of questions of ChatGPT, and it may be useful to you. So I'll share it with you. It's just a quickie here. So the question, I heard that starches and sugar feed cancer cells. Do not starches all turn into sugar? Are there any grains that don't have starch, like oatmeal or something like that? I had a feeling they were starchy, but I didn't know what the status of oatmeal was. So it says, you're correct that many cancer experts discuss how sugars and simple carbohydrates can fuel cancer growth because they break down into glucose, a sugar, which cancer cells can use for energy. Starches, which are complex carbohydrate, Starches, which are complex carbohydrates, do break down into glucose during digestion. This applies to most grains, including oatmeal, which is rich in starch. Okay, that I found. Okay. Are there grains without starch? It's answering this part of my question. All grains contain some starch because starch is a form of stored energy for plants. However, the amount of starch varies among grains, and some may have more fiber or protein, which can moderate the blood sugar response. The blood sugar response, for instance. Okay, oats. Oats are high in starch, but also rich in fiber, particularly beta-glucans, which can regulate blood sugar levels. Okay, so that sounds like it. High in starch, but also high in fiber. So it's kind of maybe a wash. I don't know. I love oats as a breakfast thing. Quinoa, a pseudo grain that is higher in protein and lower in starch compared to other grains. And amaranth, I've never heard of this, which is similar to quinoa. It has more protein and less starch relative to wheat or rice. And then buckwheat, which I've recently used, but it's supposed to be like a superfood, but we had some eerie little micro bugs in our buckwheat, so I ended up throwing it all away after I bought a bunch from Winco's. Anyways, buckwheat, a pseudo grain with less starch than most grains and high in fiber. Okay. So, what to consider if avoiding starch? If you're concerned about cancer and glucose levels, it says number one, focus on glycemic index. Foods with a lower glycemic GI or glycemic index, like steel-cut oats. I do have some of those too. They take longer to cook, so I kind of avoid them, but maybe I won't avoid them. So, where am I going? Where did it go? Okay. I'm skipping down here. Lost my place. Focus on lower GI with steel-cut oats or quinoa. Raise blood sugar levels more slowly than high GI foods like white rice or wheat bread. So it sounds like they're a better choice from that standpoint. Okay, increase fiber. Increase your fiber. Fiber slows the breakdown of starch into sugar, reducing the glycemic impact. That makes sense. Number 3, choose alternatives. Non-starchy vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, and zucchini, etc. are good choices. Legumes, lentils, and chickpeas have less starch and are rich in protein and fiber. I do like what's the chickpea squished smashed chickpea dip for tortilla chips. I forget the name of that. I do like that. Okay, number 4, incorporate fats and proteins. Healthy fats like avocado or olive oil and proteins reduce spikes in blood sugar when eaten with carbohydrates. Interesting. Would you like more ideas or recipes focused on low starch options? No. But, okay, and then I happened to have a dish of Korean Chaptche that I buy at our favorite local Korean store. I was curious about what those noodles, these Korean glass noodles. Korean glass noodles made from kon-nyaku in Japanese. It also called it konjac. I don't know. The English term from kon-nyaku are known as Shirataki noodles. They are very low in starch and carbohydrates, as their primary ingredient is glucomannan, a type of soluble fiber derived from the root of the konjac plant. Here's some key information. The Japanese love konjac, eating konjac. It's purported as a very healthy food, almost tasteless by itself to me, but in certain dishes like sukiyaki and whatever, good. And then you ought to try the chaptche at the Korean market. Oh yeah, mixed with different vegetables is very good. So nutritional profile of Shirataki noodles. These are Japanese noodles made from this kon-nyaku, right? Calories extremely low, about 10 calories per 100 grams. Wow. Carbohydrates, close to 0 net carbs, as the carbs come mostly from fiber. Interesting. Protein and fat, negligible. Fiber, high in glucomannan, which is prebiotic and supports gut health. So it's a very healthy dish. Health benefits. In fact, I had one I bought like a week ago Saturday, and it had been sitting almost a week in my my fridge, but it's longer than we like to leave things, but I couldn't get around to eating it. But I put that into a fry pan, put in a little Chinese vinegar, and then some hot, it was Korean mustard. It was like Japanese mustard, karashi. Mixed a little bit of that in it. Oh my heavens, it was good. Mixed with some vegetables and some seaweed and onions and also some like mushrooms in there. Very healthy dish. Look at it up at your local Korean market. It's called Chaptche. Anyways, so the health benefits of eating this. It's low glycemic impact. Shirataki noodles have almost no effect on blood sugar levels, making them a great option for those managing diabetes or seeking to avoid glucose spikes. It supports weight loss. The high fiber content promotes a feeling of fullness, helping reduce calorie intake. Like I said, these things almost no calories, but they make you feel like you've eaten a lot and reduce your, make you, help reduce your calorie intake. Number 3, promotes digestive health. Glucomannan, which I never knew before, glucomannan fiber can support a healthy gut microbiome and improve bowel movements. Okay. All right, I believe you. Number 4, may reduce cholesterol. Studies suggest glucomannan can help lower LDL, bad cholesterol levels. Okay. There's always potential downsides. Digestive discomfort, number 1. Some people experience bloating or gas when consuming large amounts of Kon-nyaku products, as the fiber is highly fermentable by gut bacteria. Okay, so you might lose a few friends. Minimal nutritional value. Shirataki noodles are low in calories and nutrients, so they need to be part of a balanced diet that includes other nutrient-dense foods. Okay, that's easy to do. How healthy are they? Shirataki noodles are extremely healthy when used as a substitute for high-starch or high-calorie noodles. They are particularly beneficial for, number 1, those managing blood sugar or insulin resistance, those individuals on low-carb or ketogenic diets, and people aiming to lose weight. Would you like ideas on incorporating them in your meals or tips for preparing them? No, I'm good. Okay. And all right, so that's basically it. A quick one about a healthy food idea. These Korean glass noodles, or shirataki, Japanese call them shirataki noodles, or they're made of kon-nyaku, which is I believe it's some kind of a root, but these are great for your diet. So the Japanese, these are promoted as great for your health in Japan. And just get creative how you use them. But you ought to try first that Korean dish called Chaptche, which is these glass noodles with a stir fry with usually some just healthy vegetables. Oh, it also had spinach in there. Spinach, onions, I'm trying to remember, maybe mushrooms and seaweed and some other things in there. And put a little Chinese vinegar on it. Vinegar is good for you anyways. A little hot karashi mustard, Korean mustard. Karashi is the Japanese version of it. The one at the Korean market is a little bit cheaper than the Japanese one. Japanese one comes in a tiny little tube like that. The Korean one comes in a fatter tube about like that. So anyways, happy eating. Good.